In fact, one of the laws of forgiveness, if you want to forgive somebody, the first step is the desire to forgive. Because some people, they're not interested in forgiving at all. They're going to rip your heart out. And you go to church and say, you must edify, blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah, what if someone did this to you? So you've got to get the desire, and that's a long road. And then when you do get the desire, you've got to purge first. Because if you don't purge, you cannot forgive. And then you must truly forgive them. Because if you purge enough, your purging will turn into pity. Not for you, but for them. Because if someone has wronged you, they're hurting. The sin, President Kimball said, Jesus saw that all sin springs from deep and unmet needs. So if someone has hurt you, sinned against you, you're purging. After you purge enough and your anger's out, what's going to happen? You're going to start feeling sorry for them because you'll begin to realize she was love-starved too. She treating me like her father treated her. All bullies have been bullied. I feel so sorry for her. And so purging changes into pity. Let's make that a new step. Purging changes into pity. And then pity changes into, and I did frankly forgive them. That's Nephi. After his brothers lock him up. And I did frankly forgive them. True forgiveness. And watch step number 5 is my favorite. Joseph F. Smith. I forgive scorpions, but I don't put them down my neck. Why is that my favorite? Because even though this lady forgives her father for molesting her, she doesn't take her little daughters to be babysat by her father all alone. Even though he lost $1 million for me, I have forgiven him and his greed, but I don't invest with him anymore. Duh, right? So don't forget the scorpion principle. So put number 1, desire to forgive. Number 2, purge your anger and your pain and your dependency. Number 3, pity the person that hurt you. Number 4, frankly forgive them. Number 5, scorpion. Lots of people think that forgiveness means I'm going to go right ahead, just like old times. And that is crazy. But that doesn't mean you don't have a relationship. It depends on how bad they were. There are people you must never see again. Go ye not among them, right? So it depends on the relationship. Yes? That's good, yeah. You're giving the lecture that I was just going to give. Wallowing is when you're not really trying to purge yourself. You're not working towards forgiveness at all. You are doing poor me, pity party, pity. You feel sorrow for me. And that isn't purging. It doesn't edify you. It's to hurt others or to buy love. Pity party. Anyone ever done poor me? Pity party? We once had a little girl who used to eat dinner with us, and she would go, hold up her bread and say, I don't have any butter on my bread. My kid punched her in the ribs. Emily, why don't you say, please pass the butter? My God. Anybody know of any poor me, pity party, wallowers? Yeah, so watch out for that. That's not good garbage dumping. And what you're going to learn as you listen to all this stuff, Satan has, the negative self has, a tremendous substitute for every great principle. For every great principle, there's a substitute, a counterfeit, right? Satan is the great counterfeiter. Not just because he has fits at the counter, but because he has to fake everything. That's why they call him the father of all lies. And so all the negative self-substitutes for the real thing on the right side of your chart, your love supplies chart, will have something that looks like the real Wallowing looks like real garbage dumping, doesn't it? Or something completely the opposite. And that's why, so you take assertiveness, and you have someone who does no assertiveness. She's a pleaser, doormat. Oh, you can play Jackson and Freeway. Go ahead, honey. Sure. Or mean, angry, bossy, tyrannical. That looks like the real thing. It looks like assertiveness. It's too mean. It's too straight. It's not nice. True assertiveness is a blend of tenderness and power. Okay, so counterfeits for everything, even for dumping garbage. Now, let's go to the highest level, because after we taught you how to dump your garbage by finishing sentences and doing the 3 questions and clearing your body of all these places, but before we did that, we taught about, just a minute, about negative thought detection and positive thought selection, which, if you could do that, you'd never have any garbage to dump. And if you couldn't do it, some people see this and they say, whoa, isn't garbage dumping a word sin? And so there's 2 theories. One of them is, dump your garbage if you have to, so you can get down to the real self. The other one is, hey, if you could do thought control and you could change your thoughts into positive, you wouldn't have any anger, pain, words, yelling, screaming, hitting. Remember, thoughts turn into feelings. Feelings turn into words. Words turn into acts. Is there thought garbage, feeling garbage, word garbage, act garbage? Yes. Go ahead and dump it if you can't get further. But if you could do thought control, you wouldn't have any garbage to dump. It would prevent garbage dumping. Very few people like that. There's people that think that they don't have any garbage to dump because they've changed their stuff, but you can tell. I mean, they have nervous tics, they're stressed out, they're tense, they have to go to the bathroom all the time. That's a great big joke. You know any hypocrites like that?
Sure.
Yeah, sure. They need to dump in the worst way, right? So watch out for this. If you can do thought control and replace negatives with positive, you wouldn't have any garbage. You wouldn't have any harsh feelings or words or acts. So watch out. Yes?
I found that what helps me too when I'm not quite to that positive thought selection is just if I recognize that I did the wrong action or wrong process, it makes me feel better to go, okay, I see what I did. I'm going to try harder next time, because instead of beating myself up over not ever getting to that PTS.
Yeah. And what you're doing is finding out the causes, and with causes, you have hope. Like a lot of the teachings and the talks and books about pornography never mention the cause. And when people read them who are doing pornography, they feel so frustrated because they can't see any way out. All the talks say is, you're going to hell, don't do it, sex is a sacred power, blah, blah, blah. They never say, hey, you're sexualizing, you're missing mommy, and sisters and girlfriends at school, and even when your wife is mean. This is the cause, so why don't you get unhooked from females and get hooked up to God, and you would never have any addictions. Oh, yeah. So you have to say the causes. Okay, now, so that's a little bit about dumping garbage, wallowing, and thought detection.